Hello, I'm Ami, the intuitive at Let Me See What We See. The confidence people have in their belief is not a measure of the quality of evidence, but of the coherence of the story the mind has managed to construct. Daniel Kahneman. Today's focus I would like to give after the quickest mindfulness exercise, conscious breathing, is the quality of being logical and consistent. The quality of being logical and consistent. Thank you for taking the time to connecting with yourself, allowing me in your experience. I'm so grateful for being able to hold a space here now to connect our moments together. Starting with being current exercise and then going to the guided experience. Hopefully it will help you getting updated your beingness. And let your attention be guided to mindfulness state, the quickest meditation with conscious breathing exercise practically, efficiently. Before starting, I just want to share where I am at this present moment. Is that getting into the last month of the year 2017. It's a beautiful day and sipping a delicious coffee, freshly brewed. I just burned the incense to make the space around me comfortable, that to allowing self to neutralize. Hope that energy I'm creating here will provide you through my voice to neutralizing the moment that you connect here now with my voice. I truly appreciate your taking the time for yourself during this busy holiday season, especially if you are in the Western cultural environment, community. This November, December is a holiday spirit all around. And it's not good or bad, but it's unusual flow, unusual routine schedule, family gathering, parties and meals together, and special event and gatherings. And one of the most emotional season, updating and then at the same time, some people, maybe you're busy occupied with the work, continuous work, and more responsibility in conjunction with the deadlines perhaps during this holiday. Somebody needs to take care of the business, and perhaps that could be under your responsibility. And during this unusual schedule, it's a great opportunity for us to managing our own energy and taking the time to allow ourselves to get back, relax, and neutralizing consciously. Unconsciously is you can choose to have a quality sleep. That's another story. But the consciously, even just take a few moments by yourself together, or take my voice with you in handy when you're driving, or just sipping a coffee or sipping a wine at the end of the day, whenever you feel like this is the time, little space. Finding these tiny chunk of spaces for yourself to help yourself get relaxed, because you deserve that. And I do care about your quality moment connecting to yourself. Why? Because I believe that you are the most important person in your life. And your quality of being matters to everything around you. Your work, your job, your company, your family, your friendship, your love, and intimate relationship. All that begins from your well-being. And who's taking care of that is you. So let me remind that importance of that time taking intimate time to yourself, and allow my voice guiding into that mindfulness state practically here now. So I'd like you to get relaxed, and if it's possible, grab some favorite drinks. I'm having my coffee. Drinking something, sipping something is helpful to remind where we are in this physical. And if you have chewing gum handy, it just stimulates the brain. Chewing something is to remind us that nurturing our feeding mechanism, like our system, physical system, perceive as we are good, having something to eat. So we can manipulate our system in a better, beneficial way. So when we are having anxiety or stressed out, chewing something is helpful to relieve some part of us, removing that no need to survive, when we would like to get removing all this no longer supporting energy for connecting, allowing ourselves neutralization. Okay? So then otherwise, just would like you to notice that your awareness, to observe yourself, your emotion, and your thought, where they are, what you are thinking, what you're feeling, and what you are noticing, or how your body is experiencing. You're feeling, your body is feeling comfortable, you're feeling some pain on your knee or shoulder or whatever, like a headache. Just to notice. So the noticing, observer self, noticer you, I like that part of you to be very active, noticing about you, what you are sensing, feeling, tasting, hearing, touching, noticing, So it's kind of separation is going on, but we are composed of so many different areas as a complex one, whole one, and relax, but observe what part of you is responding or non-responding, noticing or capturing or non-capturing, okay? And the conscious breathing meditation, we like to take a long, deep breath I will count 3, and intaking all the air, oxygen from your nose, bring it in to your body. And intaking the air from the nose would help circulate the oxygen into our brain. That would help the releasing that tensions and neutralizing the brain in a way ideal for reaching our goal today here, which is to connect to the mindfulness state. And keep it in all the air into your body through lungs, and then bring it down to the stomach as if the big balloon inside of your body, and let that slowly out from the mouth as no longer serving the energy. Okay, and then your bodies get relaxed, and observe you noticing how each part of you responding to this air coming in and out, what you thinking, just engaging to your response to the act that you do in taking the air consciously from the nose, and keep it in your body and let that slowly out from the mouth. Okay, I am talking too much, so shall we start doing? Are you ready? So let us take a long, deep breath, counting 3, 1 from the nose now, 2, 3, one more time. Open your eyes and notice what you're noticing. Counting 3, 1 from the nose now. Go. 2, 3. Hold it. Keep it. Notice. Let that out slowly from the mouth. The last one with that silence. Connect to your breath and let that out. No longer serving the energy with the word of out. Let go. Go. Alright? With the energy of the sun, vocalize the word go to let that out. Ready? Go. Go. I'd like to take one more time as counting, consciously breathing as to refreshing, invite in the energy that resonate to this signature energy that you have here now, okay? Let us take a long, deep breath, counting 3, 1 now, 2, 3, and let that out slowly go. Thank you for joining conscious breathing exercise, taking the time for yourself, connecting here now. I'm Ami, the intuitive energy management advisor. So today's focus I like to give is the quality of being logical and consistent. The quality of being logical and consistent. Being logical is left brain work, the word and numbers and logics. And feeding emotion, creative ideas, spontaneous imagination is all about right brain to notice, feel. And using both sides, it's not good or bad, it's not right or wrong. It's the moon and the sun. It's the polarity, yin, yang. We need both in order to be what we are. And how we know that balancing is the good feeling. We feel good when we are so aligned to the original being, which is growing, becoming taller. Spirit is becoming taller. Even the physical body stopped growing taller and taller, but spirit is still growing taller and taller. So when we, just like a see and so, seesaw game, both see and be seen. So, seeing so. Feel and to make it sense. Feel and create the story. So the storytelling is that logics, the word to connect to these dots of the element or ideas in a sense that logically making sense. So using both sides, that children need to develop the logical side, learning about the numbers and the words to communicate, because the logic is the easiest way, one of the easiest tool to communicate with others with the numbers, unless otherwise it's very difficult to share with the ideas, right? Story, and it takes time, but if you share just like a number 3 4 5, and then okay, that's 3 4 5, it's pretty mutual. So the language of logics is convenient to share when we work as an unified combined work. So when a creative element is becoming complex and we need other people to involve, and then specialties and all these specialty peoples are coming together to create something significant, larger than just the one person can create. Logic is more of dominant language. However, that we have a feeling. So when we are too logical about the logical driven, and then what about the heart and then a feeling? Left alone, it's a beautiful, logically made in a budget, the building, but it doesn't feel warm. No one wants to be inside of that because it's too logically built within the budget, within the schedule. However, no one wants to use it, and then it's not going to sustain as a commercial property if you're building like entertainment complex. It could be if it's the warehouse or something. So when human being involving, then we must have that feeling as long as we are human. So the logical part is deserving update according to our growth. Emotional part, feeding and changing, loving, caring, must reflect in the logical creation. So that logical expression of that non-logical element, that is really ideal, attractive. One of which is emotion, which I've been sharing, how we can use the emotional element in a logical pattern. That the key is the detachment, clearly noticing the emotion and embracing the emotion instead of resisting or denying or ignoring. Accept as it is and logically interpreting that emotion into that logical tool, which is numbers or the word and the story. The quality is to practicing that exercise of translating the emotion into the logical tool and consistently doing is that again we are changing all of the time regardless of our intention. We are growing, changing, whether we like it or not. So that even the dust is going to pile. Even if you clean it or not cleaning it, it's part of the space, universe, space, cosmic, on Earth. That reality as that gravity is connecting to Mother Earth. So that reality, earthy reality, deserving review, update consistently. Just like when we eat, feed our body, feed our mind, feed our feeding. Each part of nourishing the changing, growing self. So observer self can observe how you are doing with nourishing your heart, excitement, feel fulfilled, exercising desire. Having the desire is a human nature. Desire for more goal accomplishing, more business success, more project expansion, desire, and your desire to spend more intimate time with your family member, loving experience with the partners, friends, and expand the community and allow your passion to play. So all these desires, who's gonna nourish your these desires? Not the disaster. if you are lack of having nurturing these desires, that is a disaster. So before it's reaching into the crisis unconsciously, I highly encourage you to do reviewing, taking the time and nurturing, see which needs vitamins or which needs exercise, which needs vacation. You know what I'm talking about. So the quality of being logical and consistent. This is a this is actually a perfect reminder for myself. Consistent effort is very important, very important. And my personal relationship with this is that sometimes I feel just doing it. It's just a repeating pattern, repeating. It feels not going anywhere sometimes, but it's an illusion. And so it deserving. When I started to feel that, it comes periodically, like an energy travels in patterns. It's the patterns of energy I'm noticing, like, gee, I'm again noticing this feeling. Or sometimes I'm unconscious and then talking to a good friend, and what she said to me is the same thing. Was like, she's reminding me, like, hey, you repeating the same pattern. That looks familiar. And then, oh, that's the pattern. And that deserving my attention to finding a solution if I am wanting to grow, allow that to transform. Unless otherwise it's repeat itself. So it's up to you, up to me, up to us to choose what to have a new pattern. So finding the solution is the work we like to connect ourselves, review, just like a marketing plan, do, see. So see part that periodically I give myself 3 times a year, actually 4 times a year, every 3 months. So 3, 4, 12, so it means like every 3 months that I do review, plan, do, see part each area. And sometimes it's too soon to give a judgment, and some area needs to let that run until it started to show its own characteristics. And it takes longer or more than I thought it would be originally. So when I feel that way, just allow that to happen. No matter what other people says, like, how come you keep doing this, regardless of whatever that they observe, what they are seeing. But if you feel that's true to you, and then just allow your truth to go, because you are the most knowledgeable person about what is supporting you or non-supporting. When it becomes conscious, sometimes unconsciously keep doing it, but that is helping some part of you igniting the energy. Maybe it showed up under your consciousness when it started to remove from your everyday thing. One of that is easy to notice, like when you have separation from a loved one, and then you notice from that absence of that what you used to have, and then you realize the value that you were having from that previous experience that no longer serving. However, that we are changing, so updating and negotiate. There is an risk for everything, because nothing in life is guaranteed, and there is a risk, and the risk is to manage, knowing ahead of time there is a risk, and we are being open to managing that risk. So it's a hoping no risk is happening for that newness, new adventure. That's illusion, because we are living in earthy reality. So being logically consistently is to logical understanding of your feeling, emotion, and vision is helping us to choose when something ideal comes and confidently step onto that stage. Because that's logically, you know that prepared, right? Knowing what you desires. That's not the feeding and then logically organizing. So confidently we can be on that stage. And if something happened, logically knowing what would make us feel good, take us to the next step, and then confidently managing, minimizing that risk, knowing ahead of time. It's like hot and sour soup. If you know the taste, it's hot, spicy, and then after that it comes sour too, and then you can get prepared. However, if you are unfamiliar with the sour part is in it, and then it's going to be a double punch unexpectedly, like it's like, whoa, it's spicy, and then oh my gosh, it's sour too, you know. So knowing ahead of time the risk and prepare well, knowing what we are shooting for, what makes us grow in an ideal way to the next level, to the next success. The confident people, the confidence people have in their belief is not the measure of the quality of evidence, but the coherence of the story the mind has managed to construct. The coherence of the story the mind has managed to construct. So the mind has a capability to construct that story. And which story you construct is up to your mind, your mindset, your sense of creativity to create that story. The quality of being logical and consistent in your mind has managed to construct in that quality evidence. Sounds very confusing, but what I would like to share here today is that the updating the self and negotiating with the goals, visions, and each area of life as in a full circle. And one area grow, change, and that reflects to the other area if you change the work and that would reflect to the schedule with the family or the location where you are living, the connection to your community perhaps. So the one area reflect to the next area, because we are all connected to the areas. When our physical health is challenged, then that reflect to other area, to the work, to the family, to the financial department, the relationship, the community, everything. So balancing each area an ideal quality experience as an energy, integrate that one. Which area is needing the negotiation right now? You may want to put that area in the back burner to logically maintaining that balance in quality. And allowing that to be okay and ease, because it's different from giving up. It's the matter of priority to what would be the main focus. It doesn't mean forget about everything. It's there. However, the weight, the balance of the focus is given to some area. As long as other area is in there, currently you can allow that to experience in a new way, to nurturing that particular area which could be conflicting, the possibly as a risk. Knowing the possibility in managing ahead of time and negotiate logically to self, clarity of allowing each area as a person, as a professional, as a mother or as a father or as a brother or sister or a child, daughter or son, as a teacher or a student, as a server or a client. Embodying that ideal experience here now and from a year from now, are we able to accept that noticeable wholeness as a one person to balancing the quality of being logical, connecting each element? This is here, this is that, this is here, this is that. That's part of me, part of you, part of us. But at this present moment, for a one focus, given into this logical, consistent dedication to intentional creation, will bring healing to the transformation that we allow going to reach the goal chosen by us. I'm Ami, the Intuitive Energy Management Advisor. I am organizing the online workshop, mind stretching exercise to become aware of more about yourself, each part of you, emotions, mind, spirit, heart of the matter, and how we can manage as the energy. Everything is made of energy. So once we become aware of that, we can use as a tool to use for a bettering conscious living creation. The challenge is our human system, only the 5% is the consciousness. So we need a tool to help our 5% consciousness to influence rest of part 95% subconscious and conscious to change, to adjust, align to what we really want to invite into our experience. So that's the exercise and idea I like to share and practice together over the online course. If you're interested in, sign up for an invitation list so that I help me invite you when I start next season. Check on the webpage www.livewithclarity. Live with clarity. Look forward to exercising together with you. I'm Ami, the Intuitive Energy Management Advisor. I see you next time. Until then, you have a wonderful creation and live with clarity. Bye!